Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your number one source for all things films and movies. My name is Elijah, and over the recent year or so, it seems like Brie Larson has really come to the forefront of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and has been embraced and appreciated by a lot of fans. And for the most part, people really enjoy her performance in Avengers Endgame and also in Captain Marvel. But in the earlier days of Brie Larson joining up with the MCU, there were a lot of critics and people who really didn't like her. And it does seem like a lot of the opinions that stemmed earlier on kind of came from some videos that had been posted online where it seemed like other members of the Avengers cast were roasting her, or just in general were not really enjoying being in interviews with her or talking about her in other interviews. So it's kind of been a year since a lot of these things happened, and we wanted to take a look at some of these quote-unquote roasts and talk about them a little bit and get a better idea as to what were going on in these videos and why they were so talked about back in the earlier days when Captain Marvel was getting ready to release. But before we fully jump into this, huge shout out to our DC Thursday winner. If you guys didn't know, every single Thursday we ask a challenging DC trivia related question, and if you answer the question correctly, you have a chance of having your comment featured right here on our channel. So if you guys want to participate, check out our community tab on Thursdays for DC Thursdays or Monday for Marvel Mondays, and answer our trivia question for a chance of having your comment featured in one of our videos. Okay, let's get back into this. Now, one of the biggest things that a lot of people were talking about, it even got press coverage in some places, was definitely the interview Brie Larson did alongside Don Cheadle and Chris Hemsworth. Now, it came down to when they were talking a little bit about doing different stunts, and some of the back and forth banter may have seemed a little bit condescending towards each other, and people thought there was some serious beef between Chris Hemsworth and Brie Larson.
I do all my stunts. I did my stunts because I thought that that's what everyone did, and then
Tom Cruise over here.
No, I want to be the first me, not the next Tom Cruise. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I mean, he does his own stunts, you know. No, I do. We all do stunts.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that are like, you might die, so I'm like, you can do that one.
Yeah.
So you just send them
Very
out.
generous.
Now, of course, after seeing the clip, it does kind of seem like maybe it was just a short miscommunication and maybe some banter that was supposed to be started that didn't really follow through, or maybe it was just a long day doing interviews all day, because you can see tons of footage of these actors doing interviews in the same clothing, meaning that they went just hour after hour doing interviews to promote Avengers Endgame. But yeah, the clip definitely didn't make it look like these two actors were the best of friends. Now, Chris Hemsworth has gone on record really showing support for Brie Larson after the interviews a few weeks later and just in general, so it doesn't look like there's any actual hatred or just distaste for each other. However, after this clip started to blow up and make its rounds, it seemed like a lot of other edits were put together showing other actors roasting Brie Larson. But there's something specific about some of these clips. Like if you look at this clip that comes from an interview with Jeremy Renner that she did, it really is just a normal interview. However, a lot of people hyper-analyzed the body language that Jeremy Renner was showing to assume or to allude to the idea that Jeremy Renner was just uncomfortable with Brie Larson's presence.
Does this position come with a lot of responsibility? Do you look at it that way?
Look at it with responsibility. I mean, I am committed to self-improvement, and I work at being the best person that I can be and using this platform for as much good as I can. But it doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes, but I'm very comfortable with that and allowing myself to learn from those mistakes.
Yeah, I'm pretty accountable and responsible in my own life, at any rate, so.
Some people went as far as to edit the interview and zoom in different moments and cut things to make it look like the body language was significantly more severe than what it actually was in the interview, and kind of tried to paint a narrative that more people didn't like Brie Larson, and it of course did well in views also because the first video that people had saw was also blowing up during that time. This caused for even more different videos and interviews to be uploaded and then edited in a similar fashion by various channels. And it seemed like some people were even considering Scarlett Johansson as one of the people who didn't like Brie Larson, because during an interview on the Ellen show, it seemed like Brie Larson didn't remember when she first met Scarlett Johansson. But of course, that was just an edited moment from a larger segment where it shows that they're really good real life friends.
Did you know each other before this movie got underway? Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Where did you meet and how long have you known each other? I want to hear the whole story. Did you text each other? Did you hang out?
We did.
You don't remember how we met?
I do. I thought you
How did we meet?
At dinner?
No.
Yes, we did.
We did. Clearly, it made an impression on me, but somebody else didn't care.
We had dinner on New Year's Eve.
We worked together.
We even had this other similar instance happen with Mark Ruffalo, who was talked about during an interview, and they talked a little bit about the movie 13 Going on 30, which actually had Brie Larson in it. And Mark Ruffalo kind of reacted, being surprised that Brie Larson was casted as one of the characters in that movie all of those years back, and now they're working together in Avengers Endgame.
By the way, did you know that Brie was in 13 Going on 30?
Which one is she? Oh my God! She told me she was in the movie. I didn't know which one she was.
She was a mean.
God, we are so.
She was a mean girl.
One of the mean ones.
Oh my God, that's amazing! Wow, I didn't know that.
It looks like her a little bit.
It looks like her a lot. It's her.
How old do you think she was? I know, and she's so young.
Now, once again, as you can see, it's just a regular interview question. However, a lot of people took it out of context, tried to zoom in and make it look like Mark Ruffalo was just kind of distressed to be even talking about the likes of Brie Larson. And it also caused a lot of different community members and people across the board to start at least having the conversation as to whether or not Brie Larson was a problematic actress or character. There were also a lot of other things that had popped up along the way, like things that she had said in interviews and speeches, and it just seemed like a lot of things were causing bigger conversations that definitely led to a tainted image of Brie Larson. A lot of the interview things that she had said in the past or in the present time promoting Captain Marvel were kind of hyper-focused in on. Even if it wasn't this grandeur statement she was trying to make, a lot of people treated some of the things that she said as if it was a blanket statement that applied to everything. But it is still important to acknowledge that a lot of these videos of other Avengers roasting Brie Larson weren't really as much of a roast. And we do have to say that while it seemed like maybe there was some negative looking videos circulating around, Brie Larson for the most part seems to have a pretty good relationship with most of her Avengers co-stars. We recently saw a clip of Brie Larson's first day on set for Avengers Endgame where she is shown embracing Scarlett Johansson, and we've seen of course more clips of them getting along together when they were on the Ellen show together. We also know that Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston, another MCU co-star, worked on Kong Skull Island together, and they did a ton of interviews together, and they've had some great chemistry and some really funny moments along the way. So it seems like at the very least Tom Hiddleston could vouch for Brie Larson and kind of show that they do get along relatively well. And then another actor coming out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Samuel L. Jackson, who co-starred alongside Brie Larson in Captain Marvel and also was in her directorial debut on her Netflix movie. He's done a lot of interviews alongside Brie Larson, and it seems like they're actually pretty good friends as well here, which if Brie Larson was this type of person a lot of people were painting her up to be, more people would probably question who else in Hollywood chooses to work alongside her and befriend her and do all of these types of interviews with someone who is problematic. But of course, we've seen some really fun moments and just funny moments coming from Brie Larson and her co-stars along the way, and it's definitely something that we have appreciated. And as more time has passed and the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is continuing to grow, it seems like a lot more people are warming up to the idea of Brie Larson maybe having some new changes in opinion towards this actress, and we definitely think there'll always be a group of people complaining about this character, but for the most part, and the box office can show this, people really do enjoy Captain Marvel as a character and as a movie, and we think that this is going to be a character that has larger roles in the future, as we already know that Captain Marvel 2 is going to be coming a lot sooner than we initially thought. So we wanted to go ahead and turn this around to you guys. What do you guys think of these videos of the Avengers roasting Brie Larson? Do you think they really don't like her, or do you think it was just some super edits that had come up that kind of got taken out of context and caused a lot of things to blow up? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. We do like to hear your guys' feedback and your opinions, so we'd like to have this ongoing conversation. Also, be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more uploads just like this one, and we'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye, guys.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hi. See you guys.